Clears it to Gretzky. He'll tap it in. Recovered by Zhitnik. Zhitnik rolling around behind the net. Got it around on the boards to Daw. And he on it out to center, but Gretzky took it away. It's drilled right back in again as Pekka ran over Robitaille. Now the pass up the middle. Burridge swings it over to Daw. Daw taps it into the corner. Burridge hustling in there after it, trying to work it in front. Got taken off the puck, came back to the point, long shot. And Healy knocked that one away. And then Burridge collided with Healy, and Burridge went down. Poked out to center ice. Gretzky unable to catch up with the puck, and back after it Wilson as the teams are making a change. Drilled over to Shannon. He uses the boards to send it out to Holzinger. Knocked away from him. Sent around, and Trepilov handles it back there, giving it to Wilson. Just underway here at Madison Square Garden. Wilson had some difficulty. Got it all the way around on the boards, however, and Buffalo will get an opportunity now to rip it out to center. Carrying on is Wilson. He chops it in. Held back there for Leach. Leach sliding around behind the net as Holzinger had to fend off a shove from Bukaboom. And Jeff Bukaboom's got the puck now. Clearing it to the blue line, not out. Sabres holding it in. Leach in the corner. He's jammed in there. It's tipped free. Ends up back at center ice where Shannon catches up with it. Steering it over to Brown. Brown got it in over the line, but this one is way offside. Tonight's stretches brought to you by Vicks Deep Discounts.
Now Buffalo going with the same lineup tonight as they did at home last night. That means Brad May, Adet, Jay McKee are scratched. Donald Adet is along in the trip, suffering a groin pull, and might play in Dallas. The Sabres are being very careful about that. Ulf Samuelsson, boy, what a loss for the Rangers. He was hurt late in the game against Florida. Sprained knee ligaments, will be gone about 6 weeks. Lidster and Momesso, the other scratches.
Jim talked about the Dallas game. That's coming up on Wednesday. Now the Rangers trying to get something going. Eric Cairns, 6'6", 230 pounds. He knocked it down the ice. Bugner stuffs it back into the corner. He took a bump on the board. Sabres, however, will get a chance to get it out. Don't do it. Another one, and it's swept out to center. Cairns catching up with it there, but it's going to be called, and we're going to have a penalty coming up right off the bat as we take you downstairs to Dennis Williams.
Thanks very much, guys. I talked with assistant coach Paul Theriault just before this one, and he said, why mess with success? Why reinvent the game? They're not going to change anything playing this New York Rangers club. They won 4 in a row. Why do anything differently? Let's send it back upstairs.
In other words, keep winning. They've found a winning combination.
That's easy.
And the first penalty of the hockey game is assessed to the New York Rangers, and Shane Churla is no stranger to that part of the ice rink. But how about the Rangers the other night against Florida? My goodness, they had 5 power play goals against them. Out of 9 times that Florida had the man advantage, and Florida is not noted as a great power play team.
They are now
is right. The Rangers collapsed.
Well, Buffalo will try and take advantage of that situation now with the first power play of the game. Schmelik rips in over the line, dumps it into Holzinger, around behind the net. Holzinger tried to kick it free, jammed it back on the wall, and it's gunned down the ice by Bukaboom. Pitching up with it, Zhitnik. Zhitnik can't control the puck, however, and it ends up back at center on Leach's stick. Leach will take his time and float it back in the other direction. Here's Zhitnik picking it up, being challenged by Messier. Zhitnik leaving it there, taken by LaFontaine. LaFontaine swings it up on the wing, and the long pass ahead, but that is a 2-liner, and it will be another offside, and 1:16 left in the Churla penalty.
Anatoly Semenov scored his first goal of the season last night for Buffalo on the power play on a great slap shot. He's a veteran player, very clever with the puck. He usually makes the right play in the offensive zone.
Approaching the 3-minute mark of the opening period. Gretzky and Pekka. Taken by Schmelik. Schmelik. Work it out himself. Got it up on the wing, and it's tapped off, deflecting into the corner. Pekka catching up with the puck. Trying to jam it around to Burridge, but it's flipped around to the board. Schmelik caught it there and kept it in. Works it down low again. Up back into the corner. Now to Schmelik. Over it comes to Kelly with a one-timer. Deflected just wide of the net. Chucked around on the boards again. Held in by Buffalo. Back to Galley. He got it to Schmelik. Schmelik drills one. Kicked away in front of the net. Rebound is swept wide. Dumped out in front again. Another shot as Pekka let it go. Gretzky got it to the blue line. Not out. Galley keeps it in. Now Gretzky with another opportunity. opportunity and finds an opening to send it down the ice. Half a minute remaining in the penalty. Curling back after it. Sabres to try and set it up again with Galley. He'll feed it ahead. Shipney had some difficulty, couldn't get it in, and has to retreat to give it to Brown. Brown, bumped by Messier, slides free, and it'll be chipped out and sent back to center ice. Now worked up on the wing for LaFontaine. LaFontaine in over the line, offside Buffalo. And down to only 4 seconds remaining in the Churla penalty.
And the Sabres with a couple of good scoring chances generated again from the Buffalo defense. And Gary Galley, of course, part of that defense. Probably the best offensive defenseman, although some might argue that Schmelik is pretty good. But Galley very much aware of where the players are on the ice, makes good choices for the most part coming out of his zone. 6 points. That's second in scoring on the Sabres. And he was talking about defending Mark Messier and how important it is when Messier particularly goes into the corners to get body position on Messier, because if you don't, he's going to outmuscle you.
Moore sending it down the ice as the Rangers come back to full strength. And it comes down, whipped around on the boards, and picked up by Ward. That one gets deflected high in the air. Where is it? Ray couldn't catch up with a bouncing puck, and now it's stolen away, and Buffalo bringing it back in over the line. Semenov tried to get it in front. Ray went after it, and he gets knocked out. Rangers trying to get it out, and now they'll get the opportunity. Flipped up in the wing, flag down there. And Spino got in over the line, but they're coming back with an offside here. Still looking for our first goal here at Madison Square Garden.
Be sure to catch high school highlights on its special day and time this Saturday live at 8 on Empire Sports Network.
Bring it on!
The Sabres store is now open in the Marine Midland Arena Pavilion. The Sabres store open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and all Sabres home games.
Catch Sportsline with Paul McGuire Tuesdays at 6:30 on Empire Sports Network.
This is Anatoly Semenov with the puck. Watch Semenov with an opportunity to shoot and passing up the shot to make the pass. And if there's one area of criticism that often comes upon Europeans, it is that they do not shoot the puck enough. Semenov should have shot it at the net. You could see that Rob Ray, who was heading to the front, was covered. If you shoot, at least there's an opportunity to score or to score on the rebound.
Rangers hold it in on the face-off, but Buffalo getting it right back again to Shannon. He'll smoke it around on the other side. Missed everybody, sliding down the ice and trying to go after it is Grosek, but he's not going to get there in time. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised that the Rangers' Jay Moore is going to complain to the referee because Grosek used that water skiing move on him to come down the board.
Yeah, he sure did. Mike Grosek, if you just turn toward the camera, you'll see that he has 10 stitches on the opposite side of his nose, thanks to a stick from his own teammate in last night's game. Mike Grosek had 2 or 3 quality scoring chances. There's the stitches on the side of the nose. It was sort of funny. He went up to Jim Pizzatelli in the airplane and he said, Jim, look at me. And Pizzatelli did. And he says, is my nose crooked? And Pizzatelli said, yeah, it's all over your face. It's really not, but that's what he told him.
His nose is about as colorful as his toenails.
Well, let's not get into that one again.
Well, he'll poke at it along the boards, not out. Finally, it's steered out through center by Cairns, and Cairns now doing some shoving in behind the play with Barnaby. Covered by the Rangers again. Moore floats it back to Cairns. He'll camp behind the net. Past the 5-minute point of the opening period. Tossed high in the air to center ice. It was knocked down, but it ends up right in the Ranger bench by Barnaby, and Barnaby spends a little time there passing on some information to Shane Churla.
Well, that's a great place for Barnaby to be, isn't it? Right with his nose in the New York bench. And of course, he wouldn't say anything.
Oh, no, never. Just some greetings and salutations and congratulations on the World Series.
Notice, though, Buffalo, when there's not an opportunity to forecheck, in other words, to go in and really have a chance at the puck, are sending one person into the Rangers zone, and then they're just leaving their wingers back up by the blue line to make sure that the Rangers are not breaking down hard through the neutral zone. If there's a chance to go in and forecheck hard, then they will go with one guy and possibly 2.
Long pass now is knocked down by Trefilov, gunned off the glass and sent back to center ice. Bukaboom flips it right back in again, but this is going in very deep, and as a result, because the Rangers were slow at getting out of there. It will be an offside charged against New York.
I think both of us were surprised, partner, when we drove into town last night and really didn't find any celebrations.
I was shocked. I thought we were going to take forever to get from the airport into the hotel.
Here we were standing outside of the hotel waiting for horns honking, and well, a couple of people went by and honked their horns, obviously in celebration, but it generally was very quiet downtown.
Sure was.
What's the matter with you people here in New York?
Good thing it was,
you know how to celebrate?
We might still be trying to get from the airport. And the police seem to have things very well under control. We should mention that too, New York's finest. Driver taps it around on the board. Try and work it out of there, and it ends up at center ice, but Pekka was back quickly. Pekka now can't get it out. Kept in by the Rangers. Working it down low, slapped around behind the net by Sundstrom. That'll be recovered by Buchner, who sends it out to center ice. Driver flips it in the other direction. Galley got in front of it. Brought right back again by Buffalo to Daw to Pekka. Pekka cleared it in front, and Burridge couldn't connect with it. Galley tried to keep it in there, did with his glove, and that glove pass will cause the whistle to go. Thursday, November 7th is the Sabres' next home game. It's also Napa calendar night. In a free Buffalo Sabres calendar filled with great action photos when the Sabres take on the Philadelphia Flyers at the Marine Midland Arena. Tickets available at all fantastic outlets located in Topps Friendly Markets and at the arena box office.
I was talking to Jason Daub before we boarded the bus to come to Madison Square Garden, and he was saying he's struggling about scoring goals. He says, boy, he says, I know I'm in trouble when I'm tied with Rob Ray with 1 goal. And of course, he said that good-natured, and I said, well, did Rob say anything to you? He says, not yet, but he will as soon as I walk in the room.
Repolov had some difficulty behind the net, but managed to clear it up along the board. Ward didn't get it out. He got belted, and it's knocked right out of play as Churla stepped into Ward, and then Ray came over to get a piece of Churla on the way by.
One thing, though, there's Rob Ray, who scored his first goal of the season. Here's that hit by Churla, and if there's one guy in the Rangers that will go after you and finish a check, it's Langdon. That was the first one in there, and Churla was the second one. And this is the rough, tough line for the Rangers, and Matt Barnaby now is chatting it up with Langdon as they get ready to face off outside the Buffalo blue line.
Well, now Gano comes up, and Langdon goes to the bench.
Or does he? Oh, no, he stopped and had a word with somebody on the Buffalo bench. And still is talking, or shouting would be more appropriate.
I'm sure that's Ray. Poke free at center ice. It rolls back to the Ranger line. Cairns. He takes a look. Got it through center. Zhitnik works it to Barnaby. Ducked a check, but the Rangers will come up with it again, and it's tapped in courtesy of Moore. I guess they didn't get out of there in time. Another offside, and things have slowed to a crawl here in the early going in this hockey game.
Paul Terrio was talking about, Paul Terrio being the assistant coach of Buffalo, about Alex Zhitnik and how they have encouraged him and continue to encourage him to carry the puck out of the zone. There's assistant coach Terrio behind the bench. He handles the defense. And Zhitnik not only has rushed the puck, but he's been selective about his rushing. In other words, if it's not going to be a good rush, he might lose the puck. He's been moving it up to the forwards, which is what they want.
Trying to hold it in for the Rangers, but it comes to Grosek. Grosek tipping it in over the line. That's an offside. Brother, how many offsides have we had called in the first 7 minutes?
That prompts Ted Nolan to make another line change as LaFontaine, who played, I think, his best game of the season last night against Hartford, steps onto the ice. The Sabres, I think, sticking to the game plan here. I'm sure they were worried about New York getting off to a real quick start here, but they've had, only one shot on goaltender Trepilov.
Buffalo making a quick change, but now here's Messier with a shot, and Trepilov guarded the short side. Around on the boards it comes, and finally flipped out to center. Leach knocking it down. Leach got it across ice to Kovalev. He couldn't come up with it. Ends up on Leach's stick again. Works it up to Kovalev, ducking away from Daw gets in over the line. Kovalev being chased by Galley. Galley trying to flag him down behind the net, but Kovalev finally knocked down by Galley. Galley came up with the puck, bumping with Graves. They all jam in the corner again. Kovalev and Galley, and then Graves got flattened, and away comes Buffalo again. The pass up on the wing. In over the line comes Daw, racing after it in the corner. He tried to dump it in front as he gets hammered by Bookaboo. Poked around behind the goal again. Pinching in, Shannon to keep it in there. Shannon jamming at it along the boards. Daw is free back at the point. Bookaboo came in as well. They all push and shove in there now, including Burridge. And finally, the officials toot the whistle. Still no score here at Madison Square Garden.
What in the world?
Dad took it when you walked me to school that first day, remember?
It's amazing you didn't hate me forever for making you wear those galoshes.
You've always tried to protect me, Mom. That's why I bought that extra life insurance. When Dad died, I found out a funeral can cost over $6,000. I never want to leave that kind of burden on you.
If you're a man or woman between the ages of 50 and 75, the Mutual of Omaha companies have a guaranteed life insurance plan that fits you perfectly. It can cost you as little as 29 cents a day, and it's guaranteed in 5 ways. Your payments will never increase. Your benefits will never decrease. There are no health questions. You don't even have to take a physical. You can't be turned down, and it can't be canceled, ever. Call toll-free for your free information. There's no risk or obligation. Call 1-800-867-8107. Operators are available. Call now, 1-800-867-8107.
Referee Dave Jackson signaling to both benches that he doesn't want any more changes to be made, and immediately the Rangers make the last change. Well, they're allowed to do that, the home team.
But it's supposed to be a timely line change.
Yeah, well, they just had a commercial timeout to do the whole 60 seconds.
That's right. And Rangers took full advantage of the timeout, plus another extra 30 seconds, as Rick mentioned, to make the change.
Leach coming up with it, swings behind, right in front of his own net, but he got it to the blue line, not out. Bookaboo going after it. Bookaboo got it around to the board. Sabres will hold it in again. Now the Rangers to get it to center, and Shannon takes it right back and drills it right back in. Healy almost fanned on it behind the net, got it around on the boards. Held in by Buffalo into the corner in front of the net, and LaFontaine got wiped out. Behind by Bookaboo. LaFontaine looks like he's in a bit of difficulty skating now as it's sent away to center ice. Rangers coming back with a long shot going to the corner. Shannon will collect it there. Shannon ducking away behind the net. Squeezes it up on the wing, and with Buffalo changing, LaFontaine carries on with Holzinger. LaFontaine going wide. Good, he couldn't get it across to Holzinger. Hooked back in behind the net. Holzinger racing after it again for LaFontaine. Here's LaFontaine cutting out in front. Left it there. The backhand knocked out in the crease and swept away by Healy. Well, flip to the blue line and out to center. LaFontaine whips it right back in over the line. Karpatsev recovering. The teams are changing. Up for Robitaille. Robitaille just gets rid of it. Schmelik will tap it now for Shipnick. Shipnick looking for skating room. He'll flip one high in the air. Driver going after it. Driver sends it around the other side. But pinching in there is Schmelik to hold it in. They'll all jam in along the wall again. Barnaby couldn't fish it free. Platt failed to come up with it. Here's Grosek recovering. Grosek in the corner, ducks away from a check and leaving it there to Platt. Right through the goal crease. Back it comes for Shitnick. Shitnick rolls it down low again. Sabres putting the pressure on. Long shot goes over top of the net. Held in by Schmelik. Grosek giving it to Barnaby. Barnaby working it now, gets it back near the blue line and fires it around behind the net again. Sabres have the Rangers on the run. They finally clear it off the boards and whip it down the ice. It's going to go wide of the net, and Trefilov will have to play it away from Nemchino. Now the pass taken away up to center ice comes Grosek. He drills one. That one is handled by Healy. The Sabres trying to execute another chain. Whipped up on the wing. And flipped in by Gano into the corner, and back there after it is Galley. Galley getting it ahead for Ray. Ray swings it out to center. That's knocked down by Cairn. He chopped it in over the line. It ends up on Graves' stick back at center ice again. Brings it around behind the Buffalo net. Galley going flying in there and bumping with Graves. Galley went down. Now Graves comes over to get a piece of Semenoff. Came in front. Kovalev with a shot. Trefilov the save. The penalty coming up to Buffalo. Another long shot. That deflects. That's wide. Rangers keeping it in. They jam it around behind the net again. New York with the opportunity out in front of the shot, and that's knocked down. And Reed picks it up, but as soon as he does, the whistle goes, and the penalty will go against Buffalo.
That's the first sustained flurry that the New York Rangers have had against Ted Nolan's hockey club here tonight. And the penalty occurs in front of the net. As you can see, I believe that was Shannon who took down his check and will be sent to the penalty box. And the Rangers with a chance on the power play. But Rob Ray maybe made the best play of this as he blocked a point-blank shot to prevent the puck from going through. I beg your pardon, it's Bob Bugner who's in the box.
Well, just prior to that, the Sabres had all the pressure on, and the Rangers had. So the second penalty of the game, the first one to Buffalo.
Well, shots on goal, 6 for Buffalo, 5 for the Rangers.
Sundstrom comes out to take the draw and wins it to Driver. He'll tap it in. He hit the linesman, however, and it's taken by Pekka and drifted down the ice. Being watched by Daw. Leach starting away again. Up for Gretzky. That's knocked down right at the blue line. Tipped back in the other direction. Leach recovers. Leach fires it now to Gretzky. Gretzky got it back to Sundstrom, and he dumped it into the corner for Robitaille. Robitaille on the wall. Bumping there with Schmelik. They both go down. Buffalo can't get it out. Came in front. Rupaloff. Great save on Gretzky. Back to Driver to Gretzky. Gretzky holding it in. Working it down low. The shot. Rupaloff makes the save on Robitaille. Worked around on the boards. Driver keeping it in for Leach. Here's Leach letting it go way wide as it deflects into the corner. Driver moves up to keep it in there for Gretzky. Behind the net in his office. Gretzky looking out in front. Gretzky back to the point to Driver. Driver deals it back to Gretzky again. He dumps it down low. Here's Robitaille trying to fire it in front. They jam away at the goal. Finally, it was drifted into the net as Leach had moved up. And the Rangers take advantage of their first power play opportunity of the game to take the lead.
Brian Leach, one of the true great defensemen in the National Hockey League, moves in from his point position. There he comes, and he gets a break as the first shot bounced off of Jason Daw, and he ended up getting the puck right back and then beating Andrei Trepalov. Now, Leach moving in from the point, scores in the power play. It's 1-0 Rangers with 8:09 to go here in the opening period. And of course, Leach, a former winner of the Norris Trophy back in 91-92. Last season led the NHL with 85 points.
Peters tips it over to Moore. He'll flip one in. Barnaby is back there to pick it off. Barnaby trying to work it out himself. Ducks away from Godot. Now comes to center ice. Barnaby to the Ranger line. Gets squeezed out along the boards by Nemchina. And this will be an offside call. 7:52 remaining here in this opening period. And the New York Rangers on the power play have taken the lead as it's Brian Leach who is successful.
Bold, tastefully done. Critics are raving about 3 The Grown-Up Way. From Mickey D's, producer of the critically acclaimed Arch Deluxe, comes 3 new deluxe sandwiches.
Crispy Chicken Deluxe.
Grilled Chicken Deluxe.
Fish Fillet Deluxe.
And that's an order.
Yes, sir.
Mature taste. Love toppings like whole leaves of lettuce, juicy tomato, tasty sauces, and a fish fillet that's 50% bigger.
You're going down.
3 The Grown-Up Way. An exciting new part of McDonald's lineup.
I'm going in.
Going in with you.
Brian Leach makes it 1-0 for the New York Rangers. Robitaille and Gretzky draw the assists. Leach's second goal of the season, his 9th point.
And Leach is back to track it down for New York. Buffalo making another quick change off the faceoff. Leach up for Graves. He got a piece of it. There'll be no icing. Buffalo flipping it around the glass. That's taken away to Burridge. Burridge got it up to center ice. Takes a return pass. Brings it in over the line. Boom grabs at him. Sabres trying to hold it in there and do as it banks off a skate. Now it's kept in again. Oh, and it came behind low, and then Healy made the save. Back to Wilson again. Another shot. That deflects around to the boards. Shannon winding up. He drills one and misses on the short side. Kovalev. Then they get back through center ice to Messier. Messier going wide, taking a shot, and Trepalov got a piece of that one. Then around to Kovalev. took 2 Sabres out, and Buffalo will clear it back through center ice and into the Ranger zone. And a great opportunity goes for naught for Buffalo. Bugner swinging around in his own end. Bugner tapping it up ahead. Buffalo trying to come back again. Brought in over the line by Brown, leaving it to LaFontaine. He couldn't get it back to Brown, and the Rangers will start away with a pass up to center ice. Robitaille in over the line, drops it to Gretzky, and for Robitaille to score! Gretzky tried to give and go with Robitaille. Well, he gave and he got, because it deflected off Robitaille's skate past a very surprised Andre Krippelov, and the Rangers are up 2-0.
There's a classic example of getting the puck to the net. And Gretzky just fires it toward the net. And Robitaille may have touched it. The puck certainly bounced in front of the goaltender Trefilov, and the Rangers suddenly have a 2-0 lead here in the period with 6:35 to go. But get the puck to the net. You never know what will happen.
Well, the first goal was not unexpected. That one was. The Rangers take advantage of a break there as Leach takes a shot that goes high. Fontaine lets it slide away. Brown picking his way to center, could not get it to Holzinger. Buffalo trying to make a change. Deflected back at center ice. Graves will sail it right back in again. Kovalev in the corner. Shipnick took it away from him, giving it to Curtis Brown. Brown took a hit. Rangers keeping it in there to Messier. Then he gave it away. And Holzinger starts back. Holzinger coming to the Ranger line. Got it in over the line to Plant. Plant chasing after it again. And he took a bump from behind. Grosek couldn't get the puck. Ends up back at center ice. Holzinger's all tangled up in behind the play. With Bukaboom, they finally separate, and here's Schmelik with New York changing. Schmelik took a shot. Bukaboom got in front of that. Plant tried to keep it in. Squeezed out by Driver in the corner. Grosek helping out. Grosek giving it to Barnaby. Got it in front, and Plant couldn't connect with it. Rangers coming back again. Away to center with a long shot. Trefilov knocked that one to the side. Churla letting it rip. Barnaby sailing behind the net. He's tied up in the corner. Churla trying to come in there. Bumps with Shitnik. Shitnik chopped it free to Grosek. Grosek starting back for Buffalo. Reaches the Ranger line. In over the line. Then he falls. And it's cleared back to center ice. Churla going after it. Here comes Shitnik across to take him out. Semenoff recovers behind his net with 5 minutes remaining in the first. Up to center ice again. Semenoff got checked on the play. Gretzky cleared it across ice to Robitaille. Robitaille checked at the blue line, came out over the line, back in as Ray came sailing across, and we'll end up with a face-off coming up outside the Buffalo blue line. Rangers in front on Empire.
Come on, show me your new smile. Oh, I see. We're all grown up now. Pretty soon, it'll be boyfriends, tuition, a wedding. No, sorry, just kidding. I suppose pretty soon you'll be needing a car.
Really?
Really? That's a smile.
Dad.
Oh, that was a smile. I think we can take the check. Check, please.
2-0. The New York Rangers have the lead tonight, and our Sitco go-to guy is that guy, Wayne Gretzky.
With a goal and an assist, he was credited with the Ranger second goal. Robitaille was going toward the net. Gretzky just threw the puck toward the front, and it went in.
Shannon now ripping it up on the wing, but it went all the way to center ice. Banked right onto the stick of Pekka. He'll tap one in. Flex to the corner. Burridge getting there first. Tried to duck a check behind the net. It's kicked free. The Rangers can't get it out. Pekka cleared it right through the goal crease. Sent it over on the other side. New York whipping it back into the Buffalo end, where Wilson will catch up with the puck. Tailed by Sundstrom. Pass going to Shannon. He gets it ahead for Daw. Daw spinning down low, bumping with Cairns, got it around behind the net. Robitaille and Burridge hustle after it in the corner. They're all tangled up in there as they fight away for the puck. Robitaille swings it to the other side. Shannon pinches in at the point, but it bounced off Daw and went to center ice. 4 minutes remaining in the opening period. Wilson Wilson. Going to clear it back through the middle. Hit a high stick. Knocked in over the line. Kept in there to Ward. Ward around behind the net. Trying to flip it out in front. That's taken away. Now Ward's going to get a penalty here. Ward reached out and grabbed his check and pulled him back. And the Rangers will get their second power play chance of the night.
Some hard work by Dixon Ward as he cut down the right wing, went around behind the net, and then ended up taking a holding penalty. And he got a little rambunctious right here as he grabbed a hold of the Ranger forward. And so New York, with one power play goal tonight, try for the second time with 3:43 to go. I think, though, Ted Nolan's Hockey Club, with 7 shots on goal, has done a pretty good job on the Ranger defense. Once Buffalo gets that puck in the New York zone, they use their speed and quickness. And they are giving the Ranger defensemen fits tonight and have come up with some good scoring chances. So continue the game plan, I'm sure, is what Ted will say in the dressing room as far as their forechecking is concerned.
Leach, who had the last power play goal, tips it up at center to Kovalev. Tries to roll it in. Now maintains possession along the boards. Slipping it back to Leach to Kovalev. Kovalev carrying it over to Driver. He fired one. That didn't get through. Knocked down in front of the net. Not out. Leach keeping it in at the point. Took the long shot. Scooped back in along the boards again. Graves got it around to Messier. Messier looking behind the net. Rolls it back to Kovalev. Kovalev looking for the open man. Finds Messier down low. Cleared in front of score. That one deflecting in behind Kipelov as Messier was trying to clear it out in front of the net. And the second power play goal for the Rangers puts New York in front 3-0.
Now Mark Messier, who is saying that the club is working hard, the work ethic was there, gets a goal. Now watch Andrei Trefilov. He overcommits on this play. As the puck, actually, I'm going to take that back. That puck, I thought, bounced in initially off the pad of Trefilov. It bounced in off the stick of Alex Zhitnik.
Yes, sir.
So again, the Rangers throw the puck toward the front of the net, and they get a break, and it goes in.
That's 2 out of 3 goals.
That's 2 out of 3.
Score like that.
I thought for a moment that Trefilov had moved early, and the puck had gone in off his pad. Not so.
Leach tapping it ahead and then accepting a return pass from Nemchina. Boom squeezes it up on the wall. Got it to center ice. This is way outside if the Rangers play it. Bugner going back after it. And Galley does. Flipped out at center ice. LaFontaine picks it up, but that's a 2-line pass. Down to 2:38 remaining in this opening period.
Now Andrei Trefilov with 3 goals against here in the opening period, and I really couldn't fault him on any of them. And I was talking to Andre yesterday, and he was saying how difficult it was not to play, but he was keeping his spirits up. And he mentioned that his teammates had just been terrific toward him, trying to keep up his spirits and telling him just to continue to work hard. And that's all you can do when you're backing up Dominik Hasek. You know you're not going to play that much. And so you must keep yourself mentally prepared as well as physically.
Wilson using the boards, taps it out at center ice. Golf back in the other direction and bouncing all over the place. Under the Rangers with Gretzky coming in over the line, trying to fight off a check, and he does. Gretzky swings back to the point again. Dipsy Doolin, he tried to clear it in front, knocked down. Robitaille took a whack at it. Came in front again. Thrown back into the corner, shoveled ahead, but held in by the Rangers. Right in front. Driver backhanding it into the corner. Too far for Wilson. Gretzky gave it away to Pekka. Up to Burridge, and Burridge will clear the zone with 2 minutes left on the clock. Worked ahead. Back in center ice. Daw running into Karpatsev. Here's Pekka, the shot! And that one is grabbed and held by Healy from point-blank range. A good opportunity for Pekka, but Healy held his ground. Coming up at intermission, in the first intermission, Wayne Gretzky will be along to have a chat with Dennis Williams. We'll check on the other games in the National Hockey League today and tonight, and we shall return. Here we are again, just like that general at MacArthur.
We shall return. Wayne Gretzky's had a terrific first period for the Rangers with a goal and an assist. Mike Pekka just moments ago, though, had an opportunity to put Buffalo on the board, a 2-on-1 break. Glenn Healy maybe made his best save of the period.
Plant kicking it free, but it's scooped around on the boards, and it'll be taken away to center ice. Broken up by Grosjean. The Rangers recovering once more, rolled around behind the Buffalo net. Minute and a half to go in the period. Schmeling can't get it. We're back in the other direction. Shipnick charging after it. Shipnick's pass deflects and rolls into Ranger territory. Cairns banking that one off the boards and all the way back down the ice as Shipnick will catch up with it, and we'll have an icing call against the Rangers now.
Down 3-0. Defensemen like Alex Shipnick and Richard Schmeling maybe will gamble a little more than normal. In other words, jump up into the play, perhaps lead the rush more often than if you were ahead by 3-0, because you need some goals to get back in the game. Although I'm sure that when the coaching staff gets the club in the dressing room, Ted Nolan will just try to settle everybody down and remind them that there's still at least 40 minutes of hockey remaining. And that's when you turn to guys like LaFontaine, the leader of this club, to get everyone under control and go out and peck away at that lead.
Brown in the corner taking a whack at it, trying to maintain possession, slipped it behind the net. Fontaine had Holzinger in front, couldn't get it to him. Holzinger charging after it in the corner, runs into the referee, left it there, and Kovalev, I beg your pardon, comes away to center ice. Kovalev to the Buffalo line, gets over the line, and his stick back, trying to clear it in front, and broken up by Schmeling. Now it's sent ahead all the way to center ice. That's broken up by Bukaboo. He taps it back in again. 45 seconds left on the clock in the opening period. Poke at it in the corner. Kovalev knocks it free. Came right out in front of the net. And finally, the Sabres will bring it up and send it away to Brown. Brown with Holzinger. And it comes to Holzinger, and it's called on the offside, and boy, was that close.
Boy, it sure was. That was a very creative play by Buffalo that just failed to connect. But again, it gives you an example of the Buffalo speed against a slow New York defense, even though it was offside. Curtis Brown, I'm sure they're talking right now, and that's what they're discussing. That was a terrific play by Curtis Brown. Watch this, very creative, and he's just waiting for Holzinger. They're going to crisscross again, and he will just dump the puck through. Boy, I don't know. That was onside.
Darn right it was.
Sure was.
It was a heck of a play that went awry because of a linesman's call. Now Buffalo coming back again and over the line. The shot gets knocked down at the defense as Pekka let it rip. 15 seconds remain in the period. Jammed around on the boards. Out to center ice to Gretzky. Ahead for Robitaille. Robitaille got squeezed out along the wall. Shipnick collecting it. Shipnick and a hustle out of his own end. He's racing against the clock, however. Flipped it in over the line for Daw. But the buzzer is going to go to signal the end of the period before the Sabres get another chance on Glenn Healy.
Yeah, Buffalo down 3-0, but still getting plenty of scoring opportunities, and they must continue to forecheck New York, and the scoring chances will continue.
So the first period of Buffalo's 4-game road trip comes to an end here at Madison Square Garden, and the Rangers, on the strength of a pair of power play goals, are in the lead on Empire.
What in the world?
Dad took it when you walked me to school that first day, remember?
It's amazing you didn't hate me forever for making you wear those galoshes.
You've always tried to protect me, Mom. That's why I bought that extra life insurance. When Dad died, I found out a funeral can cost over $6,000. I never want to leave that kind of burden on you.
If you're a man or woman between the ages of 50 and 75, the Mutual of Omaha companies have a guaranteed life insurance plan that fits you perfectly. It can cost you as little as 29 cents a day, and it's guaranteed in 5 ways. Your payments will never increase. Your benefits will never decrease. There are no health questions. You don't even have to take a physical. You can't be turned down, and it can't be canceled, ever. Call toll-free for your free information. There's no risk or obligation. Call 1-800-867-8107. Operators are available. Call now, 1-800-867-8107.
Sabres Hockey is brought to you in part by your local Chevrolet Geo dealers. Cars you can trust from people you can depend on. By Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. And by Tops Friendly Markets. Tops never stops saving you more. Rangers have the lead. They had the edge in scoring chances, in faceoffs, and in shots on goal in that opening period. Not surprising, of course, when one team outscores the other 3-0.
I thought Buffalo had more than 2 quality scoring chances. I would take a dispute with that.
Well, now Robitaille will chop one in, and Trepilov leaves it back there for Zhitnik. To Pekka. Tipped on the boards, but not out. Gretzky got it in front, and Trepilov had to be quick as Robitaille was waiting right there.
Yeah, that was pretty sloppy play by Buffalo, attempting to move the puck out of the zone, and there was Gretzky standing in the corner waiting for the pass. And as Gretzky usually does, he makes a terrific play to the front of the net. And Gretzky with a goal and an assist tonight, 11-game point streak, 15 total points. Here's the play. This is a bad giveaway, Richard Smellick. And Gretzky puts it in front where the Rangers are outnumbering the Sabre defenseman. That was Zhitnik in front of Trepilov.
Buffalo winning the draw, and Wilson will start away. Wilson squeezes it up on the wing off Burridge's leg. Rangers get it right back again. Gretzky, drop pass in over the line, sending it back for Robitaille. Almost got wiped out by Driver, who went tumbling in there. Bounces behind the net, shoveled to the corner. Gretzky got it in front, taken away by Pekka. Pekka coming to center ice now, squeezes it to Daw. Daw in over the line, can't get it. Here's Shannon winding up, shooting one. And Healy grabs that one and hangs on with Karpatsev and Burridge doing a little shoving in front of the net. And let's go now to Dennis Williams.
Thanks very much. The guys coming out of the locker room said one at a time. This one's far from over. They've only played 20 minutes. They know they got plenty of time to catch up. Let's send it back upstairs.
That's right. You can't kick a field goal. You get one at a time and just keep pecking away.
Boy, you're sharp tonight,
Aren't
partner.
I, though? You like that?
Man.
You can't kick a field goal.
Can't kick a field goal, man.
You can't score a touchdown either. Well, it's
I'm writing
3-0.
it down. Just a minute. I'm writing it down. Yeah. 3-0.
Field goal is
right.
3.
Right.
All right. Derek Plant knows that.
And he will take the face-off. Or will he?
Again, Derek did a great job last night against Primo on face-offs, and Derek was saying he relies on his quickness. Of course, he's at a disadvantage because of his size and his reach against the bigger players, but he is normally quicker than most other centers.
Chopped around behind the net. Rangers recover to bring it out. Fired up to center ice now. Trying to get away is Nemchinov, and heading in front of him, Boucher. Boucher took a bump, sent around on the boards, not out. Leach kept it in with a bouncing shot. Trepilov way out to shovel that one away. Back in the corner. Rangers will hold it in with Turla again. And behind the net, trying to jam it out in front. Trepilov got a stick on that. Turla's going after it again and doing a good job to give it to Nemchinov. Back to Turla. He missed the puck. Here's Boucher swinging it around on the boards, but not getting it out. Rangers turn to put some pressure on in the Buffalo end. The jam in there again. And then Kelly got knocked down from behind and over the line back, and he scored! Derek Plant just spit away into the Ranger end with some pushing and shoving going on back at center ice. Plant left everybody in his wake and hammers it home, and Buffalo's on the board.
As I said, you can't kick a field goal. You get them one at a time. Derek Plant, who leads the hockey club, scores his 5th goal of the year. This is a great play by Barnaby. We talked about Barnaby last year, the improvement with his puck handling. How about that? This is total composure as Barnaby cuts down the wing, pulls it to the forehand, and what makes this goal is the speed that Plant has in the goaltender. See, Healy just could not stay with him, and Plant beat him on the backhand.
And that puts a pall over the audience, at least for the moment, here at Madison Square Garden. Rangers, though, bring it right back in again. Oh, the shot doesn't get through this time. Semenov trying to work it out. So is Ray. Ray chopped it free, and it's going to miss everybody and go down the ice. This will come back on an icing call. Almost 2 minutes into this opening second period.
Why, wasn't Rob Ray having fun on the airplane last night, telling everybody about his goal?
Sitting behind me, he said, well, for the 3rd game in a row, we were the top line.
Sure. Derek Plant with his 5th goal, a big one for Buffalo. 1:33 of the period. That's exactly what they were looking for. An early goal. They get that momentum going again.
get the draw. Came back to Moore at the point. He feeds it in behind the net. Rangers trying to get it in. Zhitnik stripped the puck away, but it slides around to the other side to Fletley. He'll get tied up in the corner. Langdon tempting to come up with the puck now. Players are tumbling to the ice everywhere. Langdon taking a run at Schmelik, couldn't get him. Semenoff coming away. Semenoff tried to drift through the defense, couldn't do it. Ray charges after it in the corner. Ray hammered in there by Langdon. He really got peppered in the corner, but the Sabres keep it in again. Back it comes to Ward. Ward to the other side. Long shot right up. Rebound to Ray, and he knocked it wide of the net. There's a penalty coming up here as the bodies are flying again. Ward went sailing in to take a run at Fletley. But the penalty is going to the Rangers.
It is. It's going to Langdon. Rob Ray took a tremendous hit from Langdon, and Langdon wanted to continue to rough up Ray, did, and received a penalty. And Rob Ray knew he was going to get smoked on this play.
Razor, this way, Razor!
Well, you can hear somebody, I think, Trepolov yelling he's going to get nailed.
And Rob Ray got right back up, and that's where Langdon ended up with a penalty. And so Buffalo, with a chance on the power play, Ray without a helmet, without a glove, ended up with a scoring chance after getting hit up along the boards.
It obviously couldn't have been Trepolov who was doing the yelling. He was too far away, but one of the Sabres were trying to warn him anyway.
Yep.
There's Plant, who has the only Buffalo goal, getting it back now. It's swept over to LaFontaine. Into the corner again. Kept in by Holzinger to LaFontaine. Galley, one-timer, he ripped it wide. Chipped back in along the boards again. Sabres holding it into Galley. Galley slips it to the other side. Now the pass across ice. Back it comes to Galley. Galley to LaFontaine again. Cleared it in front. Shot just wide of the net. Plant letting it go. Schmelik trying to keep it in. Can't do it. The Rangers got it to the blue line, but not out. Now they'll get a chance at Leach. Jammed it across ice. Finally flipped out and down the ice. 1:20 left in the penalty. Galley back after it. Rangers changing. 3-1. New York in the lead here in the second. Galley trying to work it out himself with a pass right up the middle that deflects all the way into the corner. He was trying to get it right up the middle to Holzinger, but they're going to call it, I believe, on the offside.
Well, Brian Holzinger's had to make a bit of an adjustment to being a natural centerman, or having played center for a great deal of his career. Now finds himself on the wing. And he was saying the one area that he struggles with is when the puck comes up along the boards. And it's the winger's job first to get possession of it, and secondly then to either dump it from the zone or make the play to the center iceman. And Holzinger, I think, has made that adjustment well. And it's always such an advantage, though, to be able to play different forward positions and become much more versatile and much more valuable to your hockey team.
For New York, Karpatsev. He'll clear the zone. Rangers shorthanded. Zhitnik back after it for LaFontaine to Zhitnik. Zhitnik looking at center ice, got it up on the wing to Daw and over the line. LaFontaine the backhand, and Healy made the save. Now cleared back behind the net and fired off the boards and down the ice, and in behind the play. Karpatsev is all tangled up back there with Daw, and he's going to get a penalty. I don't know whether Daw's going too, but Karpatsev is going.
I believe he's sending both Daw and Karpatsev, as both of them got tangled up in the corner to the right of the Ranger goaltender. Here it is. Karpatsev wrestling with Jason Daw, and both are sent to the penalty box.
That was a double pin.
Now that looked like the World Wrestling Federation on that one. So the Sabres, 37 seconds remaining in their power play. Ted Nolan's Hockey Club scoring early as Derek Plant taking a perfect pass from Barnaby to make it 3-1 Rangers.
Zhitnik trying to get away, brings it in over the line. He got taken down, put back into the corner. Rangers get a chance and flip it right back down the ice. And Schmelik lets it go to Semenoff. Semenoff curling around in his own end, being chased by Graves back behind the net. Now he'll reverse himself and start away for Buffalo. Leaves it there to LaFontaine. Hooked up on the wing. Skipped around behind the goal. Healy teeing it up for Leach. And Leach is finding an opening and clears it away. And the teams are at full strength on the ice. Schmeling trying to get it out. Bothered by Gretzky. Up to Zhitnik. Forced it as far as center as Burridge runs into his check. Robitaille chopping at the puck. Moore dumped it to an open wing. LaFontaine takes it away to Schmeling. Front of his own net and finally sweeps it back for LaFontaine. Tapped it up on the wing. It's guided through center ice only to be covered by the Rangers again. Moore flipping it ahead to Sundstrom. Can't get anywhere. Now it comes to Gretzky. Gretzky in over the line. Getting it back to the trailer driver. Took a shot. That one goes wide off the glass. Gretzky holding it in. Another shot. It bounces back in front of the net. Nobody seemed to know where it was except Gretzky to Robitaille. Taken away by Schmeling, who's on his last legs. He's trying to get to the bench. Got it up to Burridge, and Burridge will tap it in, and the Sabres will make a change. Rangers recover with Buffalo's Barnaby keeping it in there. Barnaby getting it around on the other side. Now takes a return pass in the corner. Barnaby ducking away from one. Got it in front. Grosek a shot right on. Scores! Michael Grosek following up on the play. Staying right with it. And the Buffalo Sabres have narrowed the gap to only one in this game. Trailing 3-2.
Mike Grosek had a number of good scoring chances last night, and a forward always regains or keeps his confidence as long as he's getting the chances. And Matt Barnaby again is instrumental in this goal. Wasn't that a terrible giveaway by the New York Rangers? Watch the play. Now Grosek leaves the puck back into the corner, heads to the front of the net, and watch this. The first time doesn't go in, but he gets the second one. 3-2 Rangers as the Sabres strike here again in the second period. But Grosek had time to go around behind the net and slip that loose puck into the open side, his second of the season.
Well, he was certainly aided by the fact that Healy had no idea where the puck was. Obviously he didn't. He would have covered up. We've got the referee Jackson over at the Buffalo bench. I've got a feeling this has got something to do with line changes. Whatever, it's been settled, the issue. Barnaby getting the lone assist on the play. Wilson will flip it up on the wing, got it to Barnaby, tied up by Leach, knocked it in over the line. Buffalo making a quick change. Bukaboo works it ahead to Nemchinov with a pass that missed everybody down the ice. Shannon charging back after it. He'll get there. That will be an icing as Churla and Wilson were kind of tangled up. The Rangers got 3 in the first. Buffalo with 2 here in the second on Empire.
Fan Forum, Mondays live at 5:30 on Empire Sports Network.
Almost 6 minutes into this second period, and while the first period scoring was looked after by the Rangers, Buffalo has done the same to their hosts here in the second.
And both goals coming from the same line. Mike Grosek scoring his second just minutes ago, his second of the season, and then Derek Plant opening the scoring for Buffalo here early in the second period, his 5th of the year. So it's Grosek, Barnaby, and Plant doing the damage so far for the Rangers. And the Rangers are against the Rangers. And I'm sure you'll see Colin Campbell make an adjustment and try to get a line, or a checking line against that Plant line.
The linesman's trying to get the Rangers to line up and take the face-off. And he's kind of having a team meeting up there. Now they'll get around to it. Semenov tried to go to the net, went around behind the net. Ward took a whack at it. Ray charges into the corner, sending it back to the point. Booker's long shot deflected just wide by Semenov. Him in front again. Ray couldn't pick it out of the air. But it's taken away and fired across ice, and Rob Ray is driving the Rangers nuts. Now Ray's got it again at center as he took a bump. Siminoff trying to get it in over the line. And that's called on the upside, and there are 2 or 3 Rangers that are doing nothing except chasing Ray all over the ice.
Well, since Rob Ray has been given extra duty, in other words, taking a regular shift, he has been very effective, playing on a line, killing penalties. And as we were mentioning earlier, he was having a ball last night on the airplane after scoring his first goal of the season, and it was a beauty at the Marine Midland. Telling everyone what a great goal it was, and he was going to hold a private press conference at the back of the airplane. Anybody wanted to talk to him. Of course, nobody showed up, but that didn't matter. But he was really having a good time with it.
Pekka trying to work around the outside. Karpatsev broke it up. The boards, it comes to Daw. Daw swinging into the Ranger zone. Driver squeezes him out. Tapped around behind the net. New York covering up. Wilson pinching in the corner, keeping it in there. Sabres will hold it in to Pekka. Pekka swings it around behind the net. Daw and Driver charge after it, and it's deflected and set down the ice. And back there is Wilson to pick it off. Almost 7 minutes into this second period.
Now the New York Rangers, boy, didn't Gretzky's words ring true as he was interviewed by Dennis Williams back in the first intermission? Wayne said, we're up 3-0, but there's a lot of hockey left. Buffalo getting themselves back in the game with 2 quick goals here in the second period. And you have to wonder about the Ranger team, though, don't you? Guys like Messier, who've been in the league 18 seasons, Gretzky 18 years. They have a veteran team, and you wonder how much gas they're going to have left when it comes to February and March.
Buffalo keeping it in, going wide, the shot! That one is knocked down in front of the net, and Healy hangs on as Shannon let her rip.
And a beautiful draw by Buffalo. Jason Daw had fought his way to the front of the New York net and screened the goaltender, or at least attempted to. But a good face-off for Buffalo, and a scoring opportunity again coming from the defense. The Rangers making a line change as Gretzky steps onto the ice with Robitaille and Sundstrom.
Now Ted Nolan change in 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, Colin Campbell's trying to find some line that can slow down the Buffalo momentum. Now Ted Nolan wants to play the Pekka line or the Plant line against Gretzky. He told us that in the pregame show.
Leach will swing it around behind the net. Healy gives it to Gretzky. Back for Bukaboom to Gretzky again. He flipped it, and it bounces out to center ice. Robitaille couldn't get it. Brown working it to Pekka. Taken away from him. Buffalo trying to complete a change. Leach starts away across to Bukaboom. He'll just tap it in. Shannon going after it along with Robitaille. Shannon took it away. Up on the wing it comes to Brown. Out at center ice now to LaFontaine. LaFontaine trying to squeeze it through. And it's broken up, and the Rangers start back again. Sundstrom feeding it to Robitaille. Shannon cut him off with the pass. Taken by Wilson and left there for Daryl Shannon. Shannon takes a peek, gun to pass through the middle, missed everybody, no icing. Rangers Bukaboom dumps it off to Leach in the corner. Now it's whipped up to center ice and deflected, and here comes Kukolov to win the race and send it out to center ice. Karpatsev dumping it to Driver. He feeds it up on the wing where Robitaille takes the long shot wide of the net. Gretzky trying to stuff it around for Kovalev. Jam back in the corner, but Kovalev gets there again. Kovalev still hanging on to the puck. He can do some magic with it. Well, he had some difficulty, but still chases after it again. Stu got it, finally gets knocked down. And LaFontaine taps it away to center ice. It'll be whipped in as Buffalo does some changing. Karpatsev for New York. Keeping it out to center ice, brought to the Buffalo line and over. Digging into the corner, Graves to Messier. Quick shot, and Trepalot was there to make the save and cover up. The Rangers still hold the lead, but they're only in front by 1.
Choosing health insurance today is about more than just benefits. It's about navigating a maze of health plans and figuring out what makes this one different from that one. At Independent Health, we're working so you don't have to think about your coverage. It's just there when you need it. We're working to ensure you're getting the best care, the best service, and the best value. You shouldn't have to think about your health plan when you have it, but you should before you choose it. Independent Health. It's what we do that makes us different.
Rangers got their 3 in the first period, then the roof caved in here in the second on them as Buffalo got the next 2. This date in Sabres history brought to you by Rosina Italian Sausages and Meatballs.
Well, that's
Lucky Pierre did that one.
Well, that comment was as bad as kicking a field goal about the roof caving in.
Well, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually.
Messier staying up there for New York. In the draw, but it's chopped back into the corner again. There's some bumping with Bugner. Worked around by Plant. Barnaby let it slide, but it hit a skate and didn't get out. Now Plant ties up Messier. Barnaby went flying in there. Barnaby and Langdon. And the linesman will come in and settle things down.
One thing that the Sabres continue to do here tonight, again, is finish their checks. And they bumped Messier up along the boards, and then Langdon got involved and will get his second penalty of the night. I think he is the only penalty being called in this play. As Matt Barnaby again got Langdon riled up, and he takes an undisciplined penalty.
Darren Langdon is going to end up with an awful lot of splinters in his rear end. He takes another bad one.
He's not going to get back on the ice. Here's the play. Langdon teed off at Barnaby and then attempted to rough him up, and the call was made. Darren Langdon from Deer Lake, Newfoundland.
Yes.
He once had 429 penalty minutes with Dayton of the Eastern Hockey League. Matt Barnaby does his job again. Barnaby led the National Hockey League at what, over almost 360 minutes last year.
Well, Langdon, of course, is the tough guy, and I understand his role, but boy, you can't keep taking bad penalties. When you do like that, you want to take the other guy with you. There's Zhitnik being bothered back there by Messier. Zhitnik tried to pull away from him, rolled it ahead, didn't get it out, and now quite smartly settles things down. Over to Galley. Galley ripping it up in the wing. In over the line now. A chance for Holzinger. Cleared it in front and shot right on. Semenoff let it rip. And Healy made the save. It's Krenkel on the boards, but not out. Now another chance, and it finally ends up at center. Messier going after it. Messier is by himself. Wants to kill off time. Runs into the linesman, and it's gunned to Semenoff again. Semenoff clearing it in front. Backhand shot right on. He gets knocked down, and it's jammed behind the net as the net is knocked off. And players call. You talk about going to the net.
You took the words right off my tongue on that play as LaFontaine plays his best hockey when he goes to the net. There he goes, and he pays the price as Bukaboom drills him into the goalpost. And LaFontaine, all he needs is that half step. He almost knocked that one out of the air, and Bukaboom mugged him up. And so a face-off coming up to the left of Healy with 1:14 to go in the Buffalo power play.
That will prompt the Sabres to send out Daw with Pekka in Burridge. And the Sabres captain knows just how close he came to tying it.
Semenoff, who's sitting behind him or beside him, also had a great chance on that power play.
Rangers dealing it around on the boards. Galley pinches in to keep it in. Pekka rolling it behind the net. Schmelik cleared it across ice, but that's intercepted, and it comes to center. It'll be taken away by Kovalev. He gave it away to Pekka. Pekka coming back again. Forced his way in over the line. Stripped and knocked off the linesman back at center ice. Schmelik chased all the way back by Kovalev. Here's Richard Schmelik away. Tried to slip it up in the wing and does for Daw. Daw in over the line. Looked around into the corner again. Jammed behind the net. Driver hustles in there. Galley, however, keeps it in. Now they poke at it again. Galley still trying to keep it in, bothered by Kovalev. Burridge fishes away at it. So does Daw. Daw digs it free. Took his shot and fired it wide. Around to the other side for Schmelik. Schmelik tapping it along the boards for Pekka. He tried to clear it in front, and Driver was there to knock it away and down the ice. That will allow the teams to make changes. It will also allow Langdon to get out of the penalty box unscathed. Yali feeding it up on the wing to center ice. Away goes Ward. Ward cuts in over the line, leaving it back there. Back pass in, but Ray took a shot. That gets knocked out. Kept in by Buffalo. Ray steaming after it again. Healy lost a stick. Finally reclaimed same. It came out in front of the net. Knocked out backhand by Snow. Here's a shot by Ward. Came in front again. Knocked free, and the Rangers will bring it away to center. Messier to the Buffalo line over to Churla. He left it for Messier. Tied up in the corner with Ray. He'll back in along the boards. They'll jam in there now. Messier trying to knock it free. Takes a shove from Ray. And it ends up back at center ice. Buffalo coming right back again in over the line. Ward looking in front. Beach fell. Here's a chance in front of the net to Wilson. He knocked down the backhand. Neely to save another shot. They jam it beside the... Oh, and Ray was hammered from behind. A check from behind, and the Rangers are going to be penalized again. And they are very fortunate that Rob Ray bounced to his feet, or somebody would be out of this hockey game.
For performance sailors, just sailing isn't the point. It's how well they do it. If you want to improve your sailing performance, you should read Sailing World too. Every month, Sailing World's experts show you how to sharpen your techniques. You'll learn how to maneuver small boats in tight quarters and large ones where inches count. Sailing World will keep you up to date on regional events and major regattas like the America's Cup. We'll bring you the hottest new designs, from the cutting edge of professional sailing to changes in the boat sailing out of your own harbor. But that's not all. With Sailing World, you'll catch the latest developments on the sailing scene. We'll help you be the best you can be with columns that count, like Tactics, Women in Sailing, The Need for Speed, and The Art of Crewing.
Call 800-807-2800. That's 800-807-2800. Steer a course for better sailing. Subscribe to Sailing World by calling 800-807-2800 today.
Now, Rob Ray, who was playing a terrific hockey game tonight here in New York, is penalized. We're not sure why.
So is Adam Graves.
Adam Graves also received a penalty, which he should have, from hitting Rob Ray from behind. And he received only 2 minutes, so the teams will play four aside. Ed Nolan's club battling back here in the second period. They trailed 3-0, but Derek Plant opened the scoring early in the second, and Mike Groschick scored.
Eight minutes remaining here in the second. Sabres, LaFontaine wins the draw. Shot right on, and Healy kicked it away before LaFontaine could get the rebound. Got back in the corner. Plant trying to keep it in. And behind the net. LaFontaine charging after it. He's got it out in front and shot it on. And Healy robs Shannon, who had moved up on the play. Good play.
And the Buffalo Sabres will continue to harass the New York defenseman. Daryl Shannon, who scored his first goal of the season last night, came within an eyelash of scoring his second. Look at this play by LaFontaine, and Shannon moves in from the point. The quick glove by Healy holds it for a face-off.
That all started when LaFontaine won the draw from Gretzky. And Gretzky headed to the bench, replaced by Messier. Now the Rangers lead, tipping it to Messier. He ran into Shannon, but steered it as far as the blue line. Tapped back in again by LaFontaine. New York coming away again with a pass to Kovalev. Kovalev swings it in over the line. Leach moves up on the play. Shannon will check it in. Now Wilson flipped it, but didn't get it out. Messier keeping it in. Rangers 2-on-1. Here's Leach trying to cut in front. Cookie shot. That's deflected just off the side of the net. Kovalev coming up with it again. He circles back, and it goes off escape to center ice. Kovalev bringing it right back in again, cutting in with a shot, and Krepelov got a piece of that one. Kovalev hammered in the corner, but the Rangers keep it in to Messier. He fired one, and Krepelov got a skate on that. Now it comes out, and puck goes all the way to center ice. And the Sabres are trying to make a change here as Messier goes back after it. And comes away again with a pass up the middle. Bounced away from Gretzky and wide of the Buffalo net to Schmelik. Schmelik around on the boards, but goes back to Karpatsev. He keeps it in. That deflects right on. Back in the corner again. Wilson trying to tie up his check. Gretzky keeping it in. Drills wide. Score! Somehow that one got behind Tripolov as Gretzky just wound up a winner wrist. And the Rangers move back in front by 2, 4-2.
And the Buffalo Sabres get caught too long on the ice. And Gretzky picks up this loose puck in the corner, cuts to the front, and just rifles a shot. Trepolov had it for an instant, but it slid across the goal line. 4-2 Rangers. Gretzky has his second goal of the night to go with an assist.
So that will stem the tide for Buffalo, at least for the moment. Shipnick being watched by Gretzky, dumped it off in the corner. Now Gretzky steals it again. Gretzky sailing behind the net. Here's Gretzky coming out. Back into the corner. They go after it again. Gretzky hit behind the net. Trying to set up somebody on in front. Gretzky still back there. Still hanging on to it. Now he cleared right out in front and went through the goal crease. Bodies are tumbling all over the place. Sundstrom gets hammered in the corner. Schmelik takes it away. Worked it to Shipnick, but not out. Rangers keeping it in again. Back behind the net to Gretzky once more. Gretzky's got this crowd in a dither. Gretzky camped back there. Trying to set it up in front. The shot. That's knocked down. Rebound. And smothered and held. Wow.
A standing ovation for Wayne Gretzky. This is where he's so dangerous. Now, Gary Galley told me before tonight's game, you want to force Gretzky to come out on the backhand. And he did, or he came out on the backhand of his own accord on that play. But normally, you don't want him to come the other way. But Gretzky setting up behind the net and feathering the passes to the front, and his teammates just missing.
Off again in the Buffalo end as Bugner is being sent to the Sabre bench.
Now this is a situation now. Buffalo doing the right thing, slowing it down, making a slow line change. The Rangers in the last 4 minutes with intense pressure in the Sabre zone. So slow the momentum.
Shannon picks it up, cleared it around on the boards, and that ends up back in New York territory. Cairn throws it across ice. Banked off the board. Shannon chipping it free to Burridge. Burridge lifted it right back in again, but it popped out of play. It deflected right along the blue line and went up into the crowd. 5.5 to go here in the second period.
Now the Rangers superstar having a big night, Gretzky. Incidentally, we've been told that they did change the goal that was initially awarded to Gretzky. They've given it to Luc Robitaille. Gretzky, who fired the puck to the front of the net, it was Robitaille apparently who deflected it by Trepolov.
Whipped in over the line now. Galley got all tangled up. Keeps it in there. Dumped out in front. Burridge couldn't catch up with it. Now to Nemchinov. Nemchinov starting away. Burridge bothering him. Burridge tried to steal it away. Couldn't do it. Sent by Cairns to center ice. That's chopped off the board. Slide in over the line. Galley is bowled over. Now it's flipped around behind the net. Rangers getting it back again. Bugner trying to take out his check. But New York maintaining possession. Worked around on the boards. Flipped back in by Gano to the corner. Sticks coming up. Nemchinov and Pekka. Nemchinov's got it once more. Whipped it in front. He scores! In front of the net. It was rattled into the net by the Rangers bluntly. And New York once again has its 3-goal margin back again, 5-2. As the Sabres have withered on the vine here in the middle part of the second period.
This was a good, strong, hard-working goal by New York. Now, Flatley is number 8 as he gets himself positioned in front of the net and ends up with this loose puck. And the Rangers have their 3-goal lead back. They went into the second period ahead 3-0. It is now 5-2.
Sabres were all tangled up from the face-off, and the referee Jackson keeping an eye on them. Worked around on the boards. Buffalo trying to keep it in. Due to Shannon. Took his shot. Knocked down in front of the net. And flipped all the way to center ice for Messier. Wilson broke that up. Leaving it back there. The pass to Grosek in over the line. Got it to Plant in the corner. In front! And being hauled off his feet was Barnaby. And Barnaby gets knocked down again as play is called. And there'll be a penalty to the Rangers. Kovalev. New York reclaiming a 3-goal margin here in the second on Empire.
Let's see how much you know about gasoline. Ready? In 1921, who opened the world's first drive-in service station? Your dad used it. His dad used it. Today, Gulf's Advent 21 formula keeps fuel injectors clean and helps my car run better than ever before. Whether it's full service or self-serve. For the life of your car, you know the name. Go, go.
Now this is Matthew Barnaby pursuing the puck or following the play into the zone. And Kovalev, now see number 27, doesn't get position on Barnaby. And that's a lazy penalty. And Kovalev ends up stepping on Barnaby's stick and crashing into the boards. But Kovalev is in the box, and the Sabres have a big power play here to turn the momentum back their way.
And winning the draw, LaFontaine. There here's Galley. Galley tipping it to LaFontaine again. And a spin around, got it beside the net, knocked out in front, but that's cleared away and bobbles off into the corner. Bukaboom scoops it free, didn't get it out. Zhitnik keeping it in, and now it's gunned the rest of the way down the ice. Back there's Galley. Galley stuffing it around for Zhitnik. Watched by Messier. Got it back to Galley. Bounced away from him, but cleared up in the wing. Buffalo coming back with Holzinger. Zinger in over the line, leaving it to Semenov. Holzinger got slammed into the boards. Out of the play by Bukaboom, but bounces right back onto his feet. Left there by Semenov, slipping it to Galley again. Galley drops it back for Zhitnik. Zhitnik poking it ahead. LaFontaine to center ice. In over the line in front. Semenov cleared it back. And his pass went all the way to the blue line. Holzinger couldn't catch up with it. Back to center ice. A minute remaining in the Ranger penalty. In over the line now. A chance for Gretzky taking a shot. Kapilov cleared it away. Gretzky after it again. Now he slides it back to Driver with a long shot. Gretzky's got it once more for Driver. Driver keeping it in there, took his shot, and Kapilov makes the save, but the Rangers shorthanded keep the Sabres hemmed in their own end. Around it comes to Gretzky again. He's tied up by Daw, and finally Buffalo gains possession. Only a half minute to go, and the Rangers steal it back again with Messier. Gave it away to LaFontaine, tipping it back into his own end. Semenov chased by Graves. He'll leave it there in the corner. Pass ahead for Galley. Galley whipping one across ice. Picked up in over the line. LaFontaine leaving it there, and that one is called on the offside as it was dropped off to Semenov. Let's go again to Dennis Williams.
Thanks very much. Coming up in the second intermission, I'll have an interview with Sabres defenseman Richard Schmelik. We'll also have an NHL update, and Rick and Jim will have their second period analysis. Let's go back upstairs.
All that happening in 2 minutes and 32 seconds of hockey playing time from now.
Now some huge momentum swings here in the second period. It began the first 10 minutes all Buffalo. And the last 7 or 8 minutes has been mostly the New York Rangers.
Even when they were shorthanded.
Yeah.
And they'll be back at full strength in 10 seconds. Schmelik steps in over the line, dumping it in. He slowed him down. Worked around on the board. Schmelik took a wild swing at it, then ends up going to the corner. Rangers are back at full strength. Orr knocks it free, and the pass comes to center ice. Kovalev swinging in over the line, drops it back. Quick save, here's the rebound, and Graves had that one deflecting go out of play.
Well, if there's a better goalie in the league at doing the splits than Andrei Trefilov, I have yet to see him. Wasn't that something? He was stretched from post to post. On the quick shot, here's what Leach does so well. Follows up on the play. Watch Trefilov. Boy,
ouch.
Boy. And that's why it's so important to warm up well before the game. And when you haven't played too much, and you're not used to doing that, oftentimes you end up pulling a muscle or a groin. Trefilov fighting his way through tonight. Has 26 shots on goal. Filling in or playing for the first time for Dominik Hasek. Hasek has started every game for Buffalo except tonight.
Smellick working it around on the board. Sabres trying to get it out and do by flipping it up to Brown and jumped away from him. He goes after it again. And Brown absolutely cream book-a-boom. Put back in the corner. And the bodies are starting to go now. Here's Brown coming away from Buffalo with a long pass at center. He tries to carry on and does. Whipping one off into the corner. Chopped around to the boards and bobbles its way back into Buffalo territory. Sabres making some changes. The pass to Brown and Book-a-boom chasing him around. He remembers that last check. Flipped up to Flatley. Flatley took a bump but cleared it ahead. Robitaille in over the line. His shot is right on. Knocked away. Grosek leaving it in the corner. Buffalo with Zhitnik. And to force it out, can't do it. It's brought right back in again to Sundstrom. Clearing it in front and too high in the air for Gretzky. Worked around on the boards. Shannon broke up the play but can't get it out. Kept into Gretzky again. Robitaille's all alone in front. The shot right on and handled by Trefilov.
Well, wasn't that a clever play again by Gretzky? As
playing like a kid again.
Oh boy, is he going tonight. Watch this play by Gretzky as he takes it to the forehand unexpectedly. There's Robitaille, number 20. See him get in position, and right here, the quick play or the quick pass to Robitaille. But Andrei Trefilov, give him credit on that. He saw that one coming and prevented Gretzky from chalking up another assist. But Luc Robitaille in the last 2 years has scored only 23 goals in both seasons. And he's looking to get back into that scoring form again. And playing with Wayne Gretzky, he ought to be able to do that.
Pekka. Flip it around to Daw, but Messier keeps it in. Karpatsev with a long shot, nowhere near the net. The Rangers keep it in there. Kovalev going after it. He cleared it out in front. Shoveled away. There's a penalty coming up here to Buffalo. The Sabres, as Pekka finally picks it up, will find themselves shorthanded.
And the holding penalty being called against Mike Wilson.
Hold the stick.
Of course, the Sabres playing tonight in Madison Square Garden, the first game of a 4-game road trip. Next game will be in Dallas. Then the Sabres move on to St. Louis and then to Denver.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Now the Sabres now, with Wilson in the box for holding, will attempt to survive the final 34 seconds without another goal against.
Could be a key word.
As they are on the ropes now, hanging on.
Flint kicks it free, didn't get it out though, goes after it again. Back in the corner to Robitaille, guns it around on the underside for Gretzky. Gretzky slipping it down low to Robitaille. Back to Gretzky. 20 seconds left in the period. Driver's walk. Driver let the screenshot go. Sundstrom was camped in front. I don't know who will get credit, but on the power play, the Rangers lead 6-2.
A perfect shot from Bruce Driver that was deflected in front of Trefilov. There's Sundstrom, number 24. Trefilov is distracted. Here comes the shot. And what a perfect deflection, wasn't it, by Sundstrom? Gretzky will pick up another assist on this goal. And the Rangers score their third goal tonight on the power play. That was perfect as Sundstrom got position. Driver shot it in the right place, and it ends up in the net.
All that with 17 seconds remaining in the period. Well, Bugner getting all tangled up with his check. It's brought in over the line, but called on the offside.
Now Gretzky has, what, a goal and 3 assists here tonight, or does he have more than that? He's got a whole bunch of them.
I don't know. We'll have to check on that. But, he's having a career here in the second period, particularly.
You're right.
No 35-year-old should play like this. This is ridiculous.
He looks like a kid, as you said.
Wow.
Wayne was at the World Series game last night. But the reports that we get, he did not stay for the whole game. Him and Sergei Nemchinov left after 7 innings.
Sure. Here's Barnaby trying to squeeze it in front of the net. Can't do it as it goes to center ice. And Buffalo Sabres battled back, but boy, did the Rangers ever battle back after the first battle back.
Now the Buffalo Sabres, as Rick was mentioning, played a great first half of the second period, and then they crumbled. And the Rangers just took over the hockey game and filled the net. They lead by 4 after 2 periods of play.
So the Rangers, who at one point were up 3-0, then had the Rangers get a couple in a row. Well, now the Rangers are popped right back in front by 4 again.
He was the greatest, and now in this first-time television offer comes the one boxing video you will want to watch over and over. Legends of the Ring, Ali.
If I talk too much and I'm cocky and I need a good beating, why don't somebody just give that old guy a pension or retirement?
From his early beginnings, Ali was brash.
I'm knocking out all bones. And if you get too small, I'll knock you out. If you like to lose your money, be a fool and bet on Sonny. He's too ugly to be the world's champ. The world's champ should be pretty like me. I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
You're being extremely truculent. Whatever truculent mean, if that's good, I'm that.
This collectible boxing treasure captures the spirit of Ali and shows why he is still the greatest.
Keep your camera moving because I'm kind of fast.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-368-2830 to order Ali, Legend of the Ring, for only $19.98 plus shipping and handling. That's 1-800-368-2830 to get the video that covers his entire phenomenal career. Sorry, no CODs.
Now, this is the 71st year that the New York Rangers have been in the National Hockey League. They boast of 4 Stanley Cups. The most recent cup, of course, that great team, 1993-94, led by Captain Marc Messier. And only 2 players, only 2 Hall of Famers, Raj Gilbert and Eddie Jacquemin, have their numbers retired here in New York.
Of course, the first Stanley Cup was not won in this building. It was won in one of the previous Madison Square Gardens. This one has only been here since 1968. And we'll get the third period underway now as Zhitnik slips it to center, but gets stripped of the puck by Karpatsev. And again at the Schmelik, went behind him. Schmelik jammed it around to the boards. Gretzky keeping it in. He got it in front, and Driver failed to connect with that one, and it ends up on Karpatsev's stick. Karpatsev bothered by Pekka. Pekka took him down in the corner, but it's called on the offside.
Well, one thing, give Buffalo credit for, they continue to finish their checks on the New York Rangers, and they've continued to play a physical game. Pekka is not one of the bigger players in the league, but he is one of the best finishers when he goes to check somebody. I talked to Mike Pekka earlier this year and asked him what he expected of himself, and he immediately said more offense. And he said the management or the coaches haven't told me that, but he says I feel it, and he has produced this year. He scored 3 goals and made some really good plays.
Rangers, Karpatsev getting it to Driver. He'll swing it as far as center ice. Broken up by Shannon, but it went off a skate. Wilson helps out. Wilson up on the wing now to Barnaby. He gets checked. Carrying on is Shannon dribbling it in over the line. New York recovering. Off the glass back to center ice. Knocked down right at the blue line, and that, as a result, is an offside.
Well, there's one of the real heroes of the World Series. That's Jim Lehretz taking in tonight's game. What a dramatic home run he hit.
Oh, brother.
That was in game 4, I believe. The Yankees down 6-0. They got it to within 6-3, and then Lehretz hit a home run late in the game to tie it, and the Yankees went on to win.
Man, oh man, now we're dealing in history, folks.
Way to go, Jim.
Well, you're going to take a cab back with me after the game. What, are you going to ride with him? Yeah, the Rangers bringing it out now as far as center. Nemchinov got it in over the line, and the shot by Flatley is handled by Trepilov. Came out in front again, and is kicked away, and a great opportunity for the Rangers more. And again, New York picks up where they left off in the second period, putting the pressure on. Flatley squeezed out by Galley. It's tapped around behind the net. Semenoff and Nemchinov going after it. Rolled, but not out. Rangers keeping it in. Now it's stolen away by Semenoff. Semenoff, cross-ice pass to Ward. Ward in over the line. Ducked away from a check, but lost control of the puck. Flatley tips it ahead. It's recovered by Buffalo Zhitnik. Zhitnik squeezing it up on the wing. Taps to Ward. Ward flipping it in now over the line. Going after it, LaFontaine. LaFontaine got it out in front. There's nobody there but Messier. Messier will tap it ahead to Kovalev. Kovalev in over the line to Messier. In front, and Graves couldn't connect. Leach keeping it in. Now it's stolen back by Zhitnik. Zhitnik to the Ranger line. In over the line. Shot by Hulzinger. And Healy got a pad on that one. LaFontaine gets squeezed out along the boards. Kept in there by Buffalo, at least momentarily. Flipped in front of the net. The Rangers will take it away again. Up for Graves, leaving it to Messier. Messier spun around, couldn't control the puck. It ends up at center ice. Kovalev recovering, Buffalo changing. Driver starts back. Bruce Driver trying to tap it up through the middle, missed everybody, and they'll come back with an icing call on this. And right after tonight's game, keep it right here for Labatt Hockey Hotline. Join Mike Robitaille and Brian Blessing. They take your calls and talk Sabres hockey. Labatt Hockey Hotline following tonight's game only here on the Empire Sports Network.
Now the New York Rangers tonight with 32 shots on goal, and they have recorded 25 or more shots in each of their 12 games this season. And tonight the puck has started to go into the net. 6-2. Rangers in the lead here early in the third. And Sundstrom's being given a lecture and then thrown out of the faceoff.
Back it comes to Shannon. His shot right off. Healy the save, and on the rebound of Pekka too. Shannon keeping it in again, drilling one wide. Burridge charging in after it, trying to keep it in there, bumping with Karpatsev. They push and shove along the boards. It comes free and ends up not out, however, kept into Buffalo again. Burridge back for Wilson. He tapped it in the direction of the net. Daw was taken down, trying to get a penalty, but none forthcoming. Robitaille in over the line, leaving it to Gretzky. Gretzky rolled it, and it ends up back in the corner. Driver moves up and fired it across ice right onto Gretzky's stick. He gets taken out. Here's Burridge turning. Burridge up on the wing. Buffalo coming back to Wilson. He'll crank one in and make a change. The Rangers switching players as well. Approaching the 4-minute point of the third period. Back now for Zhitnik. Cross-ice pass for Barnaby. He leaves it to Plant. Plant in over the line. Smacked it in wide of the net. Healy comes out, and I don't know what he was thinking of. It looked like he had time to get rid of it, but elected to hold on, and we get a whistle.
Here we go, folks.
Go Bills, for we are here to cheer for you. Go Bills, we are your fans so true.
It's the Marv Levy Show with Paul McGuire, Mondays at 8 on Empire Sports Network. Catch Sportsline with Paul McGuire, Tuesdays at 6:30 on Empire Sports Network.
Well, the Madison Square Garden faithful just discovered that Jim Lawrence was in the crowd tonight. He took advantage of the Jumbotron to point that out. That's why you're hearing the great ovation.
Well, on the Jumbotron, of course, was a final out by Charlie Hayes and the big pile-up in the middle of the diamond by the Yankees.
Okay, Vin Scully. Flatley shovels it around behind the net. Tipped around on the boards. Rangers will bring it out again. Cano getting to center. He slaps it into the corner for Flatley. Galley got in front of him. New York manages to keep it in there to Flatley again. Flatley curling around, dragging the puck along the boards. Drops it off to Nemchinov. Nemchinov scooting back to the point. Now Nemchinov cutting in front of the net, trying to stuff it in the short side. Cleared it out in front. That didn't escape. Not out. Kept in by Cairns. He deals it in. No, going after it again, and the Sabres are just reeling here in the latter part of this hockey game. Hit back behind the Buffalo net. Kelly catching up with Gano, but Gano still has the puck. Leaving it to Nemchinov. Now for Fletley. He got turned around and checked by Zhitnik. Zhitnik will get it to Plant, and Plant sending it all the way down right on Healy. Buffalo just manages to get off and make a change. LaFontaine tried to steal it at the blue line, unable to. Buffalo's Kovalev coming back. Here's Kovalev wheeling it in over the line to Messier. He sends it to the corner to Kovalev. Tapped away from him. Bugner got it around to the other side to the blue line. Not out. Deflected right off. Great save by Trepilov as Graves tapped it. Now it comes out in front. And it makes its way out to center ice. Whipped across ice. Brown did not come up with the puck. Rangers get it back to Leach. Leach squeezes it in. Messier's shot caroms off into the corner. It's drilled off the boards. Leach holding it in at the point. Goes right to Kovalev. Kovalev gets checked, and that ends up at center ice. Now to Leach again, losing control. Brought back in. Over the line. A chance for Buffalo, and it's called on the offside. Thursday, November 7th is Buffalo's next home game. It's also Napa calendar night at the Marine Midland Arena. Receive a free Buffalo Sabres calendar filled with great action photos when the Sabres take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Tickets are available at all fantastic outlets located in Tops Friendly Markets and at the arena box office.
Well, the Buffalo Sabres need to do here with 14:06 remaining in the third, trailing 6-2, is just get them back to playing good basic hockey. And in the last 3 or 4 minutes, they've been running around in their own zone. They've done a good job for the most part of finishing their checks, and now they're not doing it.
Puck stepped into the corner. Trepilov comes out to play it around behind the net. Taken by Semenov. He dribbled it off the boards, but recovered again by Bird. Check that. That's Dubé. Christian Dubé. Rolling right to Trepilov again. He sends it out to center, and now we've got Churla and Ray mixing it up, and then Shannon got pounded down by Churla. And let's see what the referee looks to call here, if anything. Well, Ray just reached out and gave Langdon a shot. Langdon's got to get a 10 for that one.
Rob Ray has really got the Rangers going tonight anytime he's been on the ice, and most of the time it's been against Langdon and Churla. That line, Ray being escorted to the box, and Churla, I'm sure, will join him there.
I don't think so.
Or will he?
If he is, he's loath to enter the penalty box because
he doesn't want to go.
Skate. Yep. No, it's just Ray.
No, it's just Rob Ray after all that. So the Rangers,
and it was for slashing, go figure.
And the Rangers with 3 power play goals, leading 6-2, will try again with 13:40 to go. And Churla's done a pretty good job of getting everybody upset also. And now he's going to the box. He must have gotten, what, a 10-minute then?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They're not telling us.
No, we cannot hear the public announcer up at this level.
Puck fed around behind the Buffalo net. In any event, the Rangers do have the man advantage here. Poking around on the boards again. Shannon trying to steal it away. Wilson couldn't reach it. Head in front of the net. Shot right on, and Trepilov is there to make the save on Robitaille, who was signaling goal all the way.
And Gretzky immediately running to the referee, claiming that it was across the goal line. But again, a magical pass from Gretzky to Robitaille in front. And Robitaille cannot finish off here tonight once again. Now Gretzky's looking up at the Jumbotron, hoping to see a replay, and they're not running one at this moment. Here's the quick pass to the front and the shot by Robitaille. Now Trefilov's not sure where the puck is. See him sort of shuffle ahead. He thought perhaps the puck was across the line, and he wanted to gain every advantage he could in the play, but no goal.
Rangers' 35th shot of the night. Bugner trying to come up with it, guns it around on the boards, but Leach will hold it in at the point. Bugner took a lumberman's chop at it. It went straight up in the air and is kept in to Leach. Back to Leach again. Tips it over to Driver. A long shot. That's knocked down, and Schmelik clears the zone. 1:20 left in the penalty. Leach back after it. Feeding it to Robitaille. Robitaille slips his way to the Buffalo line and over. Robitaille to the corner. Around behind the net. Whoops. And Gretzky missed that one. And now he looks back to see if there was a little chip in the ice or something. Less than a minute remaining in the power play for New York. It has been very potent this evening. Leach carrying. Got it to the line. That's knocked down, but it's kept in there. Now Bugner will have time to get it out and uses that time to good advantage. Buffalo making some more changes on defense. New York with Messier. He's looking for skating room and finding it. Hits the Buffalo line and over, then lost control of the puck, and Shannon sends it to center ice with 20 seconds left in the penalty. Stolen by Shannon. Shannon and runs into Cairns and didn't get any farther than that. Cairns starts back, leaves it there. Kovalev coming in over the line. He gets checked. Cairns will give it to Graves. Whipping it ahead to Kovalev again. Kovalev in over the line, looking for somebody in front of the net. Knocked down. Buffalo getting it back again. Squeezed up the middle as the Sabres are back at full strength. Brought in by Buffalo in over the line, and that's broken up, and the Rangers come back 2-on-1. Kovalev and Messier. Kovalev shoots and blasted it 5 feet wide on the short side. Jammed around behind the net again. Tracking it down in the corner is Wilson. He just lost control at center ice. Cano bringing it right back in for New York. Cano watched by Shipnick. They crash into the boards behind the net. Cleared around to Semenov. Semenov flipped it, didn't get it out, now does with a second effort. Leach at center ice. Leach bringing it in over the line. Cano's shot is knocked down. Taken away by Ward. He'll clear it across ice, and it's tapped out to Semenov. Trying to get it to LaFontaine, and Leach takes him down, and Healy makes sure nothing else happens as he comes out to cover up. Less than 11 to go here in the third period. The Rangers continue to lead by 4.
Such wilderness, William.
Today, yes, Jacques, but someday it'll be a great country.
You think so?
Absolutely. You see, they shall perfect a game called hockey, invent the telephone, rescue England and France twice, and make one incredibly good beer, a true Canadian lager.
Oh, Sacre Bleu.
Yes, that's it.
Labatt Blue, true Canadian lager.
I'm beginning to wonder, partner, if the Sabres have... well, I guess obviously they've run out of gas. Are they tired?
They look like it, don't they?
Yeah.
They sure do. They look like they ran out of gas about halfway through the second period, and they haven't been able to get it into second gear here at all in the third. And that's what you want to try to do. Even though you're down by 4 goals, you want to finish off strong. 10 minutes, 42 seconds to go. And you just want to finish the last half of the game in good style.
Shot by Galley gets knocked down. Semenov tried to stuff it in front, couldn't do it. Ward after it again. Poke at it again. It ends up drilled around on the other side to the blue line. Not out. Now it comes to center. Zhitnik gets knocked down, but then he takes his check down. Flatley got it in front of the net. Zhitnik starts back again. Tipping it ahead for Ward. Ward back past to LaFontaine. Looking in front. Leaves it to Zhitnik. Cleared it around behind the net. LaFontaine keeping it in. Into the corner. Chop at it and dribbles out to center. Galley recovering for Buffalo with both teams making some changes. LaFontaine tried to clear it right on. Healy knocked that one down, couldn't control it. We're past the halfway mark of the third period. The puck coming to center ice is picked up by Gretzky. Took a shot and Kripalov kicked that one away. Sent away to center by Schmelik. Schmelik works it in over the line. Healy will try and play it out. Bumped by Barnaby back there. He chipped it out in front. Rebound right on. Healy makes the save as Bugner let it go. Kept in by Buffalo again with Plant. Plant cleared it in front of the net. That's taken away. Barnaby took another bump. And Healy and Barnaby had words. They'll set to center ice. Bugner picks it off. Bugner coming back in over the line. And it's shot just wide. Plant letting that one rip. Poke at it in the boards. Barnaby keeping it in. Rolls it back to Schmelik with a long shot. Nowhere near the net. And a penalty coming up here to the Rangers. Plant gets nailed in the corner now by Cairns. But Cairns, I believe, is the one who's going to take the penalty. 8:53 remaining here in the third period on Empire.
Science! Hey, want to see some cool things?
Where?
At the Smithsonian. Some famous flyers! To four-wheelers, Tucker made 51 of these cars. Washington sold. Rocket ships. Dizzy Gillespie's trumpet. Lizard lips. The Smithsonian. Discovered.
And Discover Card is proud to be partners in the anniversary celebration.
Jaws.
How many credit cards make a statement like that?
6'6", 230-pounder Eric Cairns cross-checks Matthew Barnaby. Is in the box. And the Sabres trying the power play for the first time here in the third. Pekka Daw Burridge up front. And LaFontaine is playing the left point with Galley. So a different combination here by Ted Nolan, trying to get something going.
I don't know what Dave Jackson's doing now. The referee, is he taking the face-off outside the blue line? Yep. The Rangers obviously won that argument. The infraction occurred almost in behind the goaltender. Galley handling the puck in his own end. Graves keeping an eye on him. It's whipped across the other side. That'll be bounced off into the corner. Healy way out of the net. And he got it to the blue line, but not out. The long shot, and Healy's going to have to cover up. Healy kind of put himself in that precarious position as he had just recovered his balance and got back into the net.
It wasn't a bad play, though, to come out of the net and try to help his defenseman get to the puck. And LaFontaine and company, though, could not take advantage of Healy as he tried to scamper back. 25 shots, or actually 28 make that, shots on goal by Buffalo. They did all their scoring, the 2 goals early in the second period.
Dawn able to keep it in, and Bukaboom will take advantage of nobody on the other point by ripping it down the ice. Slipped ahead for Galley. Galley gives it to Pekka. Pekka in over the line, looking for the trailer, but it's deflected away. Fontaine charging after it, trying to keep it in there, but it's tapped out to center ice, and the Rangers will take their time and just clear it away with a little over a minute to go in the penalty. Steered up in the wing for LaFontaine once more. He got it to the line. That's broken up, then brought in, and that's clearly an offside as Pekka touched the puck. A couple other games around the National Hockey League tonight. One this afternoon. And in the game this afternoon, Chicago at home lost to San Jose. Rather, same margin this game stands at right now, 6-2. And the other 2 games tonight, Florida still in front of Philadelphia in the third, and Calgary is leading the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Here's this line now. Derek Plant at center with Barnaby and Grosek. This has been Buffalo's best line tonight, accounting for both goals.
Just a minute remaining in the Ranger penalty to Cairns. Shipnick, some problems with the rolling puck, has to go back to collect it, and perhaps his thoughts as he sends it ahead to Plant. Working it through the middle to Schmelik. Schmelik dumps it off to Grosek. He couldn't control it. Off the board, Shipnick drilled one off the glass. Plant racing after it. Here's Schmelik keeping it in there. Schmelik gets it free again for Zhitnik. Working it back to the corner. Now back to Zhitnik. He knocks it down and sends it down low. Grosek drills it over to Schmelik, but Schmelik can't control the puck. And the Rangers will flip it back down the ice courtesy of Sundstrom. Last rush time with the man advantage for Alexei Zhitnik. Gets it in over the line to Plant. Plant tried to drop it to Barnaby. That's broken up, and it goes to center ice. And now the Rangers will return to full strength as Schmelik taps it over to Groshek. He got away from Kovalev with a long pass to Barnaby. Couldn't pick it out of the air, however. Kovalev's got it again. Kovalev flipping it in over the line. Gretzky carries on. Gretzky digging back into the corner. Got it in front. The shot by Robitaille right on. Trepilov got in front of that one. Wilson trying to elude a check and comes to center ice. He whacks at it a couple of times but gets squeezed out, and the Rangers fire it in the other direction. Taken away by Shannon with 6:25 left on the clock. Shannon works it back to center again. That'll be flipped in by Brown. LaFontaine gets knocked down by Bookable. Bookable and LaFontaine do some wrestling in the corner. Brown had it momentarily, couldn't hang on to it. Rangers just getting rid of it to center ice. Wilson takes it away for LaFontaine. Kovalev up to Robitaille. He slipped it out to center ice. Shannon waiting for his teammates to get back on side. Now to the Ranger line and over. Leaving it there to Holzinger. Busting in, scores! Brian Holzinger just ripped around the defense. Fired it home inside the post. And the Buffalo Sabres get their third of the night and trail by 3. 19.
Well, the quick speed of Brian Holzinger inside the blue line makes this possible. And the Sabres score their third goal of the night. Shannon moves it in. Look at Holzinger quickly jump on the loose puck and then finish it off. Healy gets a piece of it with the glove, but the Sabres score here in the third period. And Brian Holzinger with his 4th goal of the year.
Bugner now controlling the puck. Not out, kept in there by the Rangers. And Chinov trying to get it in front. Jam again in the corner, taken away by Semenov. He got it around to Ray. Ray bumping on the boards, couldn't get it out, but it's some help. It's tapped around behind the net for Schmelik. Schmelik trying to fend off a check, ended up sending it through center ice. Ray after it again. He'll chip it in. He drilled around on the board. Semenov trying to hold it in. That ends up on Bugner's stick at center. Whipping it up on the wing. Ward. It's taken off the puck. Rangers recover, tipping it high in the air, knocked down, and away goes Zhitnik. Zhitnik bringing it in over the line. He gets squeezed out, trying to carry on, and the leg scooped out from under him. Ends up going to Graves. Graves hits the Buffalo line to Kovalev, and Kovalev lost control of it. Back comes Buffalo with a pass up on the wing. Brought in over the line. Zhitnik doing some wrestling with Driver. They both hit the deck. Rangers get it back again and clear it along the boards, but not out. Pekka keeping it in. Now New York recovering once more and just tapping it down the ice, and Zhitnik going after it. There'll be no icing. Zhitnik cranks it around on the board by Messier all the way to center, where Daw scoops it up. Daw in over the line. Cleared it in front of the score! What a pretty goal as Randy Burridge busted for the net on the pass from Daw, and now it's 6-4.
Well, that play began deep in the Buffalo zone as Zhitnik slapped the puck around the boards. Buffalo ends up with a 3-on-2 break. And this is just pure speed that makes this possible. Watch the defense back off as Daw gains the line, and Burridge heads to the front of the net and scores his first goal of the season. Randy Burridge has been playing terrific hockey in the last 4 or 5 games, and finally is rewarded with his first of the year. Wasn't that a great goal, though? That play began deep in the Buffalo zone and ends up in the New York net.
Well, we've got a problem out there, partner, and I think it's Dixon Ward's problem. He does wear glasses, and he is over with the officials, I believe, looking for a contact lens.
Don't find him very often either, and he didn't take much time to look around. But Randy Burridge makes this game interesting again. Now the Sabres trail by 2 with 4:08 to play. And this hockey club, this Buffalo team, never gives up, and that is a trademark of a Ted Nolan coach team. And now somebody from the Ranger bench is calling the linesman over and said, I can see the lens.
Boy, has he got good eyes. I don't know what Ranger that is, sitting right at the end of the bench next to Mike Richter, but
I'll be darned. There it is. How do you like that?
Man, oh man.
Maybe there's a beeper on it or something.
Like when you lose your remote, you mean?
That's right. Or your car keys, which I do all the time.
That was Bruce Driver. That's Bruce Driver who spotted it.
Well, he doesn't need contacts. We know that. Or at least maybe he's wearing them. Maybe that's why he knows where it was.
Boy, oh boy. Well, now a 2-goal game with 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Barnaby swings it up to Grosek. Grosek will tap it into the corner. Barnaby racing in there after it. Leafs got there first. They jam on the board. Here's Grosek behind the net. Try to get it out in front. Back it comes. Front. Fires it. That deflects off into the corner. The Rangers send it off the boards, but not out. Grosek keeping it in. Here's Grosek, a shot. Healy makes the save. Plant behind the net to Barnaby again. He tried to get it back to Plant. It's knocked out, and the Rangers will pick up the puck now. Gretzky moving it to center ice. Gretzky tapping it in over the range or the Buffalo line and heading to the bench. Back comes Shannon. Shannon picks his way to New York territory. Shoveled it in. Driver comes up with the puck. He feeds it ahead. Taken by Gannett to the Buffalo blue line. Broken up by Galley. Driver coming up with it again. Sends it back through the middle. Into the Sabres zone again. A chance for New York. And the shot goes wide of the net. Slapped to the other side, but Bruce Driver keeps it in. Driver sending it down low to Nemchinov. He tried to jam it in the short side. Trepilov makes the save. It's flipped along the boards, but not out. Now it's the Rangers' turn to take the pressure again. Dumped in front of the net. Bodies are flying again. It's kicked free, but not out. Driver keeping it in there. Roll it back into the corner. Schmeling trying to work it out. Shovels it around to Brown. Brown up ahead down to Holzinger. That's taken away. And it's flipped right back in again by New York. 2:25 left on the clock. Galley squeezes it in behind the net. Buffalo trying to take a last gasp, but Messier hooked Schmeling off the puck. Worked up on the wing, 3-on-2. Buffalo coming back with Daw. Daw taps it in over the line. Burridge couldn't get it. He was knocked down by Kovalev. Rangers send it to center ice to Messier. Messier stopped by Shannon very neatly. And now only 2 minutes remaining. It's fired back to center ice again. Brought to the Ranger line and over. Shannon took a shot. Healy makes the save. Dumped out to center ice. Recovered by Zhitnik. Zhitnik drills it back through the middle to Pekka. He leaves it to Daw. Daw looking for a trailer. Tried to get it in front. That deflected wide, and Pekka went down. Now the Rangers getting it right back again. Sundstrom to Gretzky. Gretzky puts on the brakes. Here's Gretzky shooting one. Kapelov kicks it away. Robitaille jams it behind the net. Sundstrom and Shannon going after it in the corner. Came in front to Robitaille. Didn't get his shot away. Arpotsev keeping it in. That's broken up, and Burridge picks it off. Burridge will flip it high in the air. 1:10 left in the third period. Dumped back in by Driver. Trepilov tried to knock it down, couldn't do it. Flipped around into the corner. Gretzky puts it right on the stick of Schmeling. Less than a minute to go now. The Rangers in the lead by 2. Cutting in is Barnaby trying to get in on goal. He's taken out the puck by Driver. Then Barnaby. Little Driver. Here's a backhand that goes over top of the net. Back in the corner to Flint. Oh, and Driver just decked Barnaby. Oh, the lumber ever gone now. In front of the net, Barnaby and Driver. Well, play is finally called, but only 37 seconds left on the clock.
Driver just lost it in front of the net on Matt Barnaby. Driver screaming for a penalty earlier. Look at the butt end that Driver. See, the butt end of the stick is into the stomach of Barnaby. And Barnaby right here whacks Driver. And that's why Driver was so upset, and you can't blame him. But watch in front of the net as Driver then works over Matthew Barnaby. And the Rangers are still arguing about that call. Well, there's no question about Driver should have gotten a penalty, but Matt Barnaby should also be in the box.
Unfortunately for Buffalo, it's too little too late. 37 seconds to go and down by 2 goals. I mean, it's not impossible, but...
Boy, Wayne Gretzky, what an incredible move he made again in the zone. Wayne, calm down. You're going to get 10 minutes.
That'd be a heck of a thing to do when he had such a whale of a night, huh?
Yeah, Barnaby just swings around and smacks Driver in the side of the head. Now, there's no question about this. Watch Barnaby. Just whacks him right there. Driver goes down. There was no penalty called. And Driver, of course, was so upset that he worked Barnaby over in front of the net.
Well, there's no doubt about it that Jackson missed the stick of Barnaby, because Barnaby would be in the penalty box for sure, or out of the game.
Now, a timeout has been called, and you would suspect that Ted Nolan will have Andrei Trefilov remain at the Buffalo bench. They need 2 goals, trailing 6-4, 37.4 seconds to go. And Ted's going to set up a play off this faceoff, which would be to the right of the New York net. And of course, the Sabres will send out 6 skaters to the Rangers 4. And I'm sure he told his club in the dressing room, look, we're down 6-3 going into the 3rd period. Let's win the period. Or 6-2 going into this period. And the Sabres so far are winning this period by 2-0.
So as you suspected, Trefilov goes through the Calvin Klein doorway and sits on the bench. And the Sabres load up with the man advantage. Boom knocked it free, came to the line, not out apparently. Rolled back in now by Schmeling. He stuffed it into the corner. That's rolled around behind the net. 25 seconds to go. Well, he tips it to the corner. Out in front, back to Schmeling. Took his shot just wide of the net. Brochik's got it. He cleared it in front, and Plant couldn't pick it up. Now, Healy took a swipe at Barnaby. It goes wide of the net again. Jammed in behind the net, out in front. Barnaby trying to hammer it home. Holy mackerel. Oh, and now Healy just swung his stick at Barnaby in front. This is ridiculous. Dave Jackson stood there and let the New York Rangers just keep swinging their sticks at Barnaby. Barnaby's down on the ice, and all heck is breaking loose.
That was disgusting. Dave Jackson standing right there watching the whole thing. Both the Ranger defenseman and the goaltender worked Barnaby over in front of the Ranger net. And nothing was done about it until it was too late.
Now, Jackson could not have missed all that.
No.
He absolutely could not have missed all that happening. Barnaby is still down on the ice. The Rangers are going to the dressing room. And the game is over.
Here's the play as Barnaby is whacked